Earth 2020. Society is in ruins, and a virus runs rampant among the world's humble citizens. They are lost. In these dark times, three wayward nerds cross paths at the House of India and realize they are destined to be friends. And so they did. This is their story. The story of the Side Quest.
Welcome back to the Side Quest podcast. My name is Matt.
I'm BJ.
I'm Luke.
Last Tuesday was one of the most fun Tuesdays I've had in a really long time.
I was dying laughing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you know what I would like to maybe do tonight is make a thumbnail with y'all.
Yeah.
It will take
like 10 minutes. Although we
Significantly
said it would
less time.
probably like 20 minutes.
To be fair, yesterday or last Tuesday we were like, "Oh yeah, we'll record the video, maybe like a let's play." The whole time was video recording.
Yeah.
Or video editing, sorry.
But
It was so fun.
we finished our It's done, the MTAC 2024 video.
Yeah.
By the way, make sure to get your tickets to MTAC later this month.
That's right. Also, we should can you pull up guest list so far? That's some good news to go over.
Let me go to their
Yeah, while we're
Insta.
doing that, while we bring up the guests, we should also bring up the fact that like 93% of you aren't subscribed
What the fuck, dude?
that are listening to this. So,
It's a button.
yeah,
You just
press,
done.
press the button. It's free.
Yeah. We're not asking for money.
Yeah,
Yet. Also, welcome back to all of our 90% women listeners.
Yeah. We love you.
We love women.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
I love
Okay, so the first one that they announced was Natalie Van Sistine, who is the English VA for Yor, Miss Marion, and Star and Stripe. Next up, Alexis Tipton, who is Kid Trunks, and Hatsu,
May Hatsu.
May
Hatsume. I couldn't remember if it was an N or an M. Robert McCollum, who is Stain, and then a bunch of other characters I don't care about.
he's an AOT armor. He's the armor type.
Isn't he also? Is that Doflamingo or is that the next guy?
No, that's him.
Yeah.
And then Lauren Landa, who is one of the Sailor Scouts, one of the Titans, and something else that I've never seen.
I think
and-
she's Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And,
weird that they're putting their Titan, not
Not just the character form.
the
yeah.
character.
Yeah, because the Titans don't speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we got so far.
Yeah, so far.
Good stuff. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I low key I want to ask that man because the guy who did Doflamingo, homie had work for years, basically in that whole arc of like 600 plus episodes of basically nothing in One Piece. But
Yeah, I also, we realized, I think, because so BJ and I have kind of gotten somewhat back into Initial D, just mildly. We watched last week, some,
Yeah.
and we're definitely going to continue. But it makes me think that with how old Initial D, a lot of the voice actors that we will interview will probably have done some work on.
Yeah,
Initial D.
especially for how long a series of years that it spans.
Yes.
Because I kept stopping.
Uh-huh.
well, also has
It would be fun to ask questions about that.
Yeah.
But the problem is like you know, for some of these people, what I've realized is like when you watch interviews with like Sean Evans or other things, and he brings up obscure things, everyone's like, or Nardwar, they're like, oh yeah, that's like, oh, such a good question. And then you ask like an obscure, hyper specific thing, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, can't imagine being in that snenario.
So it's just like it just totally takes vibes, even though you do this like, I mean, it's mild research, but it's just one of those things where it's like you kind of like do this whole thing, especially with like a lot of these VAs, as I said, that it could have been like some of the first,
like or like they're like it could have been like, oh, I did that, like I was just accepting roles after roles after roles, and I was
Yeah.
like speaking for like 7 different characters for like 300 different shows.
Yeah.
We didn't mention it yet, but the reason that Matt brought that up is because Robert McCollum is Wataru in Initial D.
Yes.
And I didn't know that because I didn't put it on the MTAC thing, and then Matt said
no
that
one
to me.
cares, but I was like,
I care more than
because
anything.
it's so crazy how much we've been watching Initial D. How many times I'll go like,
Hey, that's
let's
that
just
character for me.
figure out like who these people, these VAs are, and other things we like. And Chris Sabat.
The guy that does Tenya Ida in My Hero is in basically everything we watch.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say Chris Sabat. Like I saw a thing where he was like breaking down because he's in Initial D too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The other goat.
he was talking
The
about
fucking
he
Evo 4.
he was talking about like all his like characters he's voiced. And like I remember you guys be like, "Oh, he's in Initial D," and like he was going like off of like, "Oh yeah, what are like like the characters?" And he was going off of something like I've done a bunch of stuff, but he listed obviously like Zoro from One Piece, Vegeta, All Might, whatever. And then he literally like didn't say Initial D, and he got around. He goes, "I think that's it," and just left it there. And I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
I wonder how many people like Initial D like because in the States it was never huge, right? Like
No.
I mean, it's
'Cause
never
I've-
been. It's never peaked here.
I feel like it got big here because of the memes of like the Eurobeat like stuff.
It is
that's
more
kind
of a meme
Yeah.
than like an actual. But but then you get onto like
I mean,
TikTok.
everybody you talk to pretty much has seen like stage 1.
Yeah.
But then
that's
you
it.
get onto like TikTok where it's like hyper fans be making fan edits, and then you think, oh my gosh, it's so popular, and then you're like, no, I'm just finding
You're just finding the 3 other people that have watched the whole
like,
thing.
that are
you're-
making
like,
content for it.
You realize like TikTok goes, "Oh, you liked that one obscure niche edit? Here's like 7 more."
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, "Yes!"
I get them all the time of it being like just a bunch of alternative women.
I
being
will
like,
say though, going from TikTok to Instagram, I've noticed, and this is gonna sound dumb, but how the algorithm for TikTok is way better because, like, I'll watch a dumb video on TikTok for a long bit. Sometimes they have 3-minute little. You can put like 30-minute videos
Yeah.
now, but like I'll watch something for a while and it'll just be like something dumb or like some like primitive man, somebody building something for something dumb, and then I watch like a full 5-second clip that's Initial D, and it knows to give me more Initial D content than
you
like
finished it?
more. Well, I don't
Or-
know,
yeah.
but I don't know how it works. Then this like other random thing on Instagram, if I send or watch something that's dumb, I'll immediately
Yeah.
get more of that content, and I'm like, no, stop changing.
Well, no,
What I
that
want
literally,
to
that literally
view.
happened here. Like I was scrolling like reels, like just sitting here, and I was like, I literally like most of my stuff was like the same like dog shit humor, just brain dead memes, and then like, I liked a couple things like, oh, that's cute, or hell, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool, and then my Instagram literally before my eyes changed into, oh, you want more couples being cute together? I'm like, no, I don't. I
Yeah.
really don't. But
Yeah,
thanks for
exactly.
making
Yeah,
me feel
yeah,
sad.
because like,
and then
you'll
like
see one that's like, oh, that's a sweet video, and then
now it's like, here's a bunch of couples being cute. I'm like, I don't want to see this. I just thought one was cool.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that happened.
Sometimes I have to go find videos that I've sent to people
and unlike them or like
and
rewatch them.
rewatch them, and like go to the page that it's from, look at other like videos from that page just to try to get some like other of those
Yeah.
videos back.
Thankfully, like, and granted, I really barely use it, but like YouTube Shorts has I think a better one too because it's like
Really?
it is based on your subscribers and like what you watch. So if you're like, oh, like I watched Rainer Veers Jr.'s like compilation of his best edits from this month or whatever, then it's like, hey, here's some of his TikToks and here's other like streamer shit, and then it's like, oh, cool. Then you start liking some shit. And they go, oh, you like that? Cool. Add more of that into it, and then you can just kind of, if you just kind of scroll past shit, it won't recommend like the shit you scroll past. It's a little better. TikTok's still the best.
Yeah,
Like their TikTok algorithm is crazy good.
yeah,
Because yeah, I don't think I ever was, except sometimes like during the election season, there was like a bunch of stuff that was like flooding and like some like when there's like a huge like thing that kind of invades all of the fan
Yeah.
base stuff. But other than that, like yeah, it's like I kept getting like sick anime edits. Like I started like before I like got rid of TikTok, I started getting like a bunch of Gundam shit. Because I was
Yeah.
like, I bought a new like a like just small set, and I was like, oh yeah, Gundam. And then of course TikTok's like,
I did see that text of Sydney Sweeney is gonna be in a live action Gundam.
live action
movie.
Gundam movie gonna go crazy. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the peak shit.
It's, it's gonna be like the the game that I played.
Yeah, did you
Yeah.
see his text? That
Yeah,
put her
yeah.
in some mecha break situations.
Yeah, 100%. It is gonna be Mecha Break.
She better be in a skin tight pilot suit, or I'm riding.
The so I'll hit a brief. I mean, we can talk about anything else clearly, but out of nowhere, Ezra's like started playing RimWorld, and I was like, this is weird.
This is great.
But it was weird. Like it's something that not a lot of people talk about. I've never seen clips of this game, and I've had this game since it was like in beta. When it was like, oh yeah, like if you want to try this little game we made, and I've been playing it ever since. I haven't played in like 8 months, and then yeah, he's playing it. Found a mod which is just co-op mod where you can have 2 people just controlling, doing everything, and we've been playing the last 2 days. But I've also been like playing a lot, like the kind of where I get home and then I'm like, fuck, it's
generate
like
hours. Yeah,
and it's like, oh fuck, it's 12:30, and but it's been a good time. Love RimWorld.
that's a really fun moment where you just get sucked into a game so much that you're like, oh fuck, I have to like actually check the time.
Well, there's this one part where like my whole thing is it's really fun to like fuck with people. So like if you have like a dude, so we got this dude that got shot in the back of the head and he just was like in a coma, and so then we just were like, let's harvest his organs so that we can then like if somebody's organs fail, we can just replace it, you know. And so we started to do that, and then he died. And then we just have like our animal pen, like when they sleep at night, is just like in this cave, and you can just see the floor is covered with shit. And then we'll like get a raid, and we'll capture somebody, arrest them, and then you can recruit them afterwards. And then we'll just have them on like cleaning duty. So we're just like, get back to the cleaning, you fucking little pet. Oh, yeah, I just get into it. I also have been doing a lot of mind planning and kind of creative thinking about our Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Hell yeah.
A lot. I also
I've been wanting to get back a little bit into some tabletop.
yeah, we I mean, it really, I've been thinking about it for a while, but after Saturday had a couple good thoughts of some good stuff, especially when like the feedback that you guys gave me after we did the when I did the not interrogations but the interviews with the cop, and how like that was great. And then I mean really though, that kind of came from when you brought Luke and I aside separately, and I was like, though that moment
Genius.
was so good.
Yeah.
And I've been like, I want to do more of that. I mean, I also like I want to do some like remember in Dungeons and Daddies where
Well, you know where I got that idea from was Community, because they do that D&D episode with the guy from Breaking Bad and his son, where the party gets separated and he puts them in 2 separate rooms. That's where that came from.
So remember in Dungeons and Daddies how they start playing D&D. It's when they go into Henry Oak's backstory, or not Henry Oak's, Ron's backstory.
Yeah.
And everyone's watching it happen. I was like, we have to do some shit like
And
that.
just fucking crying.
I'm coming up with some memory.
Memory delving.
Yes. So I'm coming up with this crazy stuff, and because it's all written down, I've also thought like this would be like, I know it's dumb and I haven't done anything like this, but like with this, the amount of content I'm making and writing and recording, like I could come up with my own little module that I could give to people.
Yeah.
You know? So
For sure.
I mean, there's plenty of places if you think it's like you say fuck it, you can probably like upload it somewhere online and be like, here's a module if you want to play it. It's a fun little spooky thing, and people like everybody online's looking for some new shit to play, because you can either just play the official D&D stuff or just keep finding homebrewed shit, or because
especially with how good my layout is, where I have again really good.
Fucking just Jamestown in the fucking cabin.
Yeah.
Because the way that you set it up is basically the same way that Curse of Strahd starts, where it's like, oh, you're all sequestered in this one place, and things ensue from there, and you're pretty much stuck there.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it does make a really good intro campaign, where because it just throws you into a place, and that happens. I mean, Because what I would like to do, continuing it, is create from this a group of investigators, because that's what the player is called.
Yeah, but like basically,
And have it making
like the Scooby Doo gang of like we're gonna keep doing this and make a job out of this kind of vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or do the thing where it's like you save the day, then you're all at this next place, like relaxing on vacation, and then
something
yes,
happens.
And then
you're like, damn it, this was my one
time.
time.
Yeah, I thought we could get away from it.
I wanted to sit on the beach drinking martinis, and now I have to solve a murder.
Yes, exactly. So
it's Crisis Core where Zach goes to the beach.
Yeah, and just shit starts happening to him.
Yeah.
You're literally sitting there being like, oh no, vampires this time, great.
So
they have SPF 1,000,000.
We on Saturday we went to Will's birthday party. Happy birthday, Will!
Happy birthday, Will!
Happy birthday.
And we talked with Jack, Kara's husband, a lot about D&D, and that was a lot of fun. It kept like, added water to the
well.
Yeah, of desires, and trying to just keep me thinking about ideas and expanding. What I really need to do, is what I did last time when I was writing this. Is I like smoked a little bit of weed, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit and do this, and focus and get creative and weird, and then have ChatGPT clean up my thoughts.
Yeah.
So, because I have so many fucking ideas.
I've been like just in between playing like Xenoblade and just testing out a bunch of other fucking games. I keep going back to Baldur's Gate, and so I've been like just like either playing that, either like going to like a later save, or like just fucking around with combat, or just creating a fuck ton of characters just to be like some bored.
Yeah.
Like I've been like writing like character ideas in my notes, and I'm like, all right, none of these will ever get used ever. Because I'm like, you know what, it's fun.
It is like interesting being on Discord, and then like all of a sudden seeing somebody who's like always playing X game, like hopping into Baldur's Gate, and you're like, oh, that's fun. Like,
yeah.
I'm happy for them, because like you're gonna have a good time.
It's that is gonna get a huge boost once the crossplay comes out, because then it not only are you gonna now have like, what is it, like a new class for every, or a new subclass for every single class now, and they're getting a crossplay enabled. More people are gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna play more of this, because now you get like the Drunken Master for Monk, the Hexblade for Warlock. Was it the barbarian, the giant barbarian? I think is where you literally can like grow bigger and like throw like larger shit. I don't know. Yeah, they're adding like a fuck ton. So like that's gonna be get another boost of players of just like, oh yeah, Baldur's Gate's relevant again.
Yeah. How far are you in Xenoblade?
I'm on.
Oh, you started.
I've been playing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
We both probably started the day it came out. Just he's had more time.
I did the day after because I was working that night. So
he's just had. I think you've had more time. Like I've been working a fuck ton, having to do fucking events and shit, and just a lot of doubles.
Yeah, you did that event on
Broadway.
On Broadway.
At the stadium.
What was that?
It was just all of the partners like of the Predators like get to come in. I fuck our name, by the way, the Nashville Predators, because anytime I say the Predators or the Preds, I'm like, that name isn't as good nowadays.
Yeah, that's why everybody just says Preds.
Yeah, but so we have like a partnership with Preds, and so anytime they win, you get a free cup of queso. So we get to go over and we handed out like chips and salsa, chips and queso to people, because it was like they're like an event at the lobby. So like there was like the military was there. There's a Jack Daniels bus, which I snuck off to once.
We won a hockey game. You want to join the military?
Well, they had those things where they like they had like the pull-up bar, and they were like, see how many you could do type shit. Fucking Kroger was there, and they had just like their off-brand chips and cookies and shit that they're handing out to people. Like it was like a little like event before the game.
Okay.
And since we were partners with them, they were like, all right, come give out shit. And we're like, okay. And so I got to do that, and it was fine. I fucking
What time did you leave?
Well, the event ended at like 6:30. We got there at like, I think we had to be there at like 2:30 to set up. It started at 3 or 3:30, and then we just were I was behind a counter the whole time, basically handing people free shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then we left, and I realized how much I hate driving downtown and
because that day we went out to eat at Shabu Shabu with Adam, which was awesome. I haven't seen him in feels like a long time.
Yeah.
Lee also hadn't seen since we've hung out here. And then Casey. Yeah, that was it, right? Yeah, Casey, Lee, Adam, and us two.
Yeah.
It was the boys, basically, yeah.
Yeah, went out to Shabu. Lee and Adam had never been there, and they were like, "This is
The best thing ever. Yeah.
The
Lee
best
was
thing.
pissing me off though because he would get up and he would grab a plate for like 5 pieces of the thin cuts, and he'd come sit back down, and he did that a billion times.
yeah." Because then he was like, "You're," and then at the end he was like, "You're right, Matt. The thin meat's where it's at." And we're like, "Yes, that's what. But you also have to load your fucking plate up."
Yeah, he was grabbing like
I made 3 trips, but so did you.
yeah, because I know to put shit on my plate.
Yeah.
But Lee would come back with like, oh, I've got 5 little thin cuts here, and then he would stack that plate up, go get another plate of like 3 items.
Yeah. So, that was a good time. And then what was like the highlight though? I mean, Shabu was clearly a highlight. But then we went back to Casey's house and we played Boomerang Fu, which nobody also like. I don't know a lot of people that know that game. I don't even know how the fuck I found that game because I introduced it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so we played that, and we played the hide and seek mode that we played at the lake house.
Genuinely fun. So fun.
Oh my gosh, prop hunt was so fucking fun. There was this one time where I was underneath the branches of a tree, so you couldn't see my character. And then Lee accidentally pressed a switch, which did the thing that like the block slide.
Slammed you.
Slammed into me. He didn't even know I was there. He like missed input, and I just died, and he won the round because he killed everyone else. And I was like, I was
Livid.
fuming.
Yeah.
I was fuming.
There's another party game that like me and my buddy Jonathan had found on the Switch. It was called like Party Bears or
Party Animals.
no, not Party Animals.
Oh.
It's literally just a bunch of these bears in spacesuits.
Astro Bears.
Astro Bears. Yeah, that's it. That game is fucking dumb. I got it for $2, but dear God, me and my buddy Jonathan and I think it was his girlfriend, we were drunk as fuck and just played that for like it felt like hours. Because it's basically, at least what we were playing was basically just like the Tron bike thing, where the bear is running on a sphere and they just have a thing and they never go away. So at some point someone's gonna hit it, but it's how long can you last? And you can do it with like 4 people, like keep going.
Yeah.
It's genuinely really fun, but it's like, and they're quick enough that you can just kind of keep going. But it's like the perfect get drunk and like throw that on kind of game. And like Boomerang Fu is that as well, where you're like, this is really really fun. Get a couple beers in
the
and like
soundtrack is just like it kind of gets
quirky
in your
and
head
fun,
and
yeah.
it just you're like you kind of vibe with, and then yeah, so that was a good ass time. We weren't as drunk as the last time we went out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still went to McDonald's afterwards. Yeah. Sat in the parking lot and like listened to music silently while we were just stuffing our faces.
I honestly still my favorite drunk moment I've had with you guys was me sitting in the Taco Bell parking lot, just like look like I'm like just
Yeah, at 4.
yeah 4 p.m.
Yeah, the sun was fully out.
Yeah, I don't know. Just that was so funny because you guys were like, I think Matt, you're like, Luke, are you okay?
No, I said, hey, do you want to ride?
And I was just like, I was like, yeah, and could like struggle to get up.
So, you know, I do like the little toot my own horn when it comes to food, but for Will's party, I made some insane dip. I made a batch of bacon jam, which is already
Banger.
perfect, and then I did some smoked cream cheese and Bourguignon cheese, which is just like an herby soft cheese.
Yeah.
Mixed it up with little pieces of toasted bread. My lord, we finished the dish there. It was great.
I was about to ask, is there any left over? But nope.
There's bacon jam left over because
Okay.
I made extra because I was like, I need some for myself.
I need some of this.
I need some for myself. So,
Tell me where you are in the story of Xenoblade.
We met the little mini aliens with the chipmunk
the
voice.
Manon?
Yeah, fuck them. And I'm fighting like the little turrets. The first turret I get, I walk past the area and it's just like level 56. What do you mean? And then you'd have to go a little bit around and like, oh no, there they are, level 16.
because you texted BJ like, hey, like I'm super under leveled for this. What do I do?
Yeah, Luke said he was going to break his Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Well, because like there was that was straight up just I got fucked. Like I got unlucky because I was going to places and literally the same like enemy, because apparently like some of them will spawn at random times or like during certain cycles of the day. And I just kept getting unlucky where it's like, here's the same level, like 36 monster with the eye next to it. So if it sees you, you're fucked.
The
And I'm
eye
like,
is like it's too high level.
well, no.
The eye means that if it sees you, it's gonna attack.
They also
Okay.
have ones with like a sound wave. So if it hears you or you're doing like a bunch of loud shit, it will attack.
Oh.
And so like, and some have both.
Okay.
This one had like, and the eye was like not the circle, it was like the like the with all the spikes and shit around it. So it was like, oh, if it really sees you, you're fucked. And I was like, great. So I just kept losing. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And so I finally just like, dude, what do you like? How the fuck do I level up? And then you're literally, and I just had him explain to me because I don't know, this game. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but dear God, some of the tutorials are just like long-winded like speeches that then they give you a little mini tutorial later. Like I just got like the tutorial for like chaining shit or whatever like recently where I'm like, they told me about that like way early, and now I just got a little thing. Yeah, here's exactly how it works and a picture associated. I'm like, why the fuck was that not there the first time?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm further now. I'm in chapter 5, and I'm having to rescue the Manons. And
So you haven't finished that chapter yet.
No, I think I have one more turret.
Okay,
left.
there's a huge shakeup at the end of this chapter.
Okay, thank God.
Some body horror, and you'll see what I mean. But Tatsu is by far the worst Nopon in the whole series.
I already don't like him. Like he's more annoying than any of the others already.
Yeah, I mean, I know Tora's annoying, but Tora also creates an Aegis level robot just by hand that outlives every other character and is still alive by the time of 3. So you can't say too much shit about Tora.
Well, Tora is just like like I think of Tora like I think of Teddy and Morgana. Just like the goofy sidekick, whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is, Tatsu's done nothing.
Yeah,
so far.
Tatsu actively like fucks your party over several times.
Yeah, and all he's done has just been like lazy, and then the running gag is Lynn really wants to eat him.
Yeah.
That's it. And every time we go back to base, and it's like, here's a bunch of food you can make. And there's always a joke where Lynn's like, I'm going to cook Tatsu in it. And Tatsu's like, Lindley, I'm not food. She's like, rats, you're smarter than you look. And I'm like, you really want to eat this fool.
So I also, after chapter 5, everything seems to take like a weird like step up. I mean, there's more stakes after that. Mm-hmm. You'll see what I mean. But there's also been like, I did an affinity quest where somebody was just like, yeah, my friend killed himself and I'm trying to deal with it. And then I did just like a random other side quest where you see somebody kill themselves.
What?
And it's just like, what the fuck is happening in this fucking Nintendo game?
It's the same people who made Xenogears, so I mean, that's what I expect.
I mean, the quest where the guy kills himself is also like a big commentary on religion. So it's a lot.
That's crazy.
The game is really fun, but like I just, it's the way it's presented. It's definitely of the 4, it's my least favorite. But I think part of that is that none of the characters matter except Elma and Lynn. Like, despite them showing up occasionally, at least for where I'm at, it's like, yeah, here they are. And then in cutscenes, they're just standing there while Elma and Lynn do all of the, like, talking. And then your character is a silent protagonist as opposed to the Xenoblade trilogy having actual player characters.
Speaking of silent protagonist, there's been more and more stuff online about the live action Legend of Zelda.
Can't wait to see Tom Holland as Link.
Yeah.
Zendaya as Zelda. The Rock as Ganon. And
Give me Batista's Ganon. He could probably make it work.
Yeah, that one would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, he's like actually a good actor that I feel like he could do it.
I think they'll just probably do Jack Black though. Play it safe.
No, Jack Black is the
Speaking
only thing I would be cool with Jack Black being is Tingle.
We did.
So he's purposely annoying.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, he's purposely annoying, and no one likes him.
Will Ferrell would be a better Tingle though.
Yeah, but
Because Tingle's annoying and fucking weird.
But
So
he's
Jack
also
Black.
supposed to be small and scrungly.
Scrungly.
I feel like Jack Black could make it work, especially if you go into the realm which is Tingle thinks he's a fairy.
said
I think a level above Jack Black for Tingle specifically would
is
be
Elijah Wood.
Kyle Gass.
Yeah.
Hey, I need you to give me some fairy dust.
Because the whole bit is he thinks he's a fairy. He's literally like a LARPer. He's basically a furry, but for fairies.
The other thing we didn't get to talk about because we didn't do a podcast last weekend was we finished, or caught up, and we are waiting for more. Severance season 2 is over.
Yeah.
And incredible season finale.
Yeah, crazy ending.
Did not like the ending only because of it's not the outcome.
It's not bad written. It's just you.
It's not the outcome I wanted.
Yeah.
And so but it also is like
also if we'd gotten the outcome that we wanted, Mark leaves and the story is over.
that would be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Like that's the problem.
We
like,
would never get questions answered for Bert.
Like sure, but like I'm also being just a guy that just gets way too absorbed in these things where I go like, oh, like thank God I don't have to watch these people suffer.
Yeah,
like that's really where I'm at. It's like, yeah, there's so many unanswered questions, but
at least I get to see them leave and have happy lives.
At least somebody I know somebody is happy, and like it's the beginning of like the demise of the bad thing. Like, because then, a lot of that's like, oh, it's like right when they succeed, and they don't show all the politics of the collapse, but like that it's gonna happen behind the scenes, and that's what like the end is. But it's so
we got to see more Milchick dancing.
Milchick,
best part of the whole fucking show.
Has that been that fucking meme that I keep getting? It's playing to Paramore's Hard Times.
Yeah.
Because I've just kept seeing that everywhere.
I mean, again, in that I've always thought that he's like extremely handsome, but when he was dancing, I was like,
yeah, he's hitting that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, gosh, like
he's got some moves.
He's got moves. He's good looking. Like he's just like
I love too.
He's an S tier kind of dude right now.
I know none of the context, but I love the other guy just sitting there like this. Well, dude's just dancing behind him, getting in his face. Shit, I'm like, this is really funny.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the depressing context behind it that Severance is probably going to give it.
So what happens there? The reason that he's not interacting at that party is because they put him into Severance mode while he was at home, so they could ask him a question like about this emergency thing. And he's sitting in a closet in his own house, and he goes, "Oh, is this my house?" And then a child runs in and says, "Daddy," and hugs his neck. He's like, "I have a fucking child?" And then they cut him off, and he wakes back up in the office, and he goes to Milchick, and he says, "What's my son's name?" And he says, "It's better if you don't know." So he just, like, flips his shit after that.
And then a dance party?
Yeah. The dance party's, like, right after that.
It's better you don't know. And then just dancing. Just be like, the lady's like, "Hey, by the way, you're getting unpaid overtime." Yeah!
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, Severance is fucking weird, but like in a good way, because it's like, I want to know the person who came up with the idea of being severed. Like
Ben Stiller.
Well, like just because I know he produced it.
No, it's that other guy that we always see in the behind the scenes. He's like the main writer of the series.
I don't know his name.
Neither do I, but that's the guy. Like who I'm talking about.
But there's also an episode of Parks and Rec where Adam Scott says, "What if we could separate work life and home life?"
I gotta give Ben Stiller a lot of credit that he just like apparently I guarantee what happened is someone goes, "I have this idea," told me I didn't, but I was like, "Fucking do it. That sounds great."
So what was the last thing that he did, or the other big thing? Wasn't it Secret Life of Walter Mitty that he produced?
Well, that was like a decade ago. Like Secret Life of Walter Mitty was way back. Because it's his production company.
Yeah,
right?
But there's another thing that he did that he's also really like known for that blew up.
Didn't we see him direct an episode of something that we were shocked about?
Oh yeah, he directed Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other big one.
Tropic Thunder. He obviously did the Zoolanders.
Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, not much else. I mean, yeah, after I mean, the most recent one would be Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
As well.
Yeah.
There was a Nintendo Direct last week that we all watched.
That was like cool, but then how they paced it felt underwhelming.
It
made the whole thing feel underwhelming.
They put all the good stuff at the beginning, and then like Tomodachi Life at the end, followed by like
hey, here's a news app,
Even
which then they showed off. They used the news app to go, by the way, the Zelda movies are happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. So they just immediately use that news app.
Nintendo needs to stop making fucking apps. Nobody wants to download a dedicated Nintendo Music app to listen to 3 Kirby soundtracks when you just put those bitches on Spotify.
Which would probably get a lot more money because it's more accessible.
Exactly, and people are going to be able to add things to the stuff they're already listening. Nobody's going to open another app to listen to one Mario song.
Yeah.
Case in point, I have been my top listened to artists for the past 2 years has been the Sega Sound Team because I keep listening to the Yakuza soundtracks. I will promise you, if Nintendo put shit out, they would be on somewhere
Well,
in
the
top
other
5
thing,
too.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
They do.
They also like
Dear
ended
God.
like at the end too. We're like, oh, you can like loan cartridges and do family plans, but you can only do one person in your family. And it's like
The cartridge thing is apparently working in tandem with just your regular login, like what you can do with the Switch now, which is have a home Switch and whatever. But then the cartridge bit is like, hey, if you have a game and your buddy doesn't, just be like, hey, borrow it.
Yeah, it's dumb and gay. They should not have called it virtual game card because it's not a virtual game card.
It's a digital fucking game.
You can loan out your digital game. Virtual game card means that you would download the data from your game card and take it with you so you don't have to carry a fuckload of cartridges. That would have made sense. That would have been a great thing to have, but I didn't need 10 minutes of you explaining that dog shit.
yeah.
Like, I guarantee you it will get used because, like, there'll probably be a game where I'll be like, hey, do you want to play this? Because I have it. And you'll be like, yeah, sure. And we'll use it. That's I don't know.
But isn't also the thing that is the loaning, does it work for games that you only physically have?
It only works for games that you have digitally.
It's digital library. That's the
For
thing.
physical games, you just say, here you go.
Yeah.
What was the
PS4.
Sony thing? How to share games on PS4. Here you go.
Yeah,
Thanks.
because Xbox made that thing that was like, you're going to have to pay to borrow games and use, like, used games.
Pretty much.
I don't remember that.
It was when the Xbox One got announced.
Oh, really?
The Xbox One got announced with no games and a bunch of like, hey, you can watch sports on here. We're announcing a Halo TV show, and we're gonna make sure that your
didn't
games.
the original Xbox also come with a satellite like port, so you could plug your
run
cable.
your box through it.
It also came with an HDMI port too, and like everything. Yeah, they immediately had like a lot of shit. Because the original Xbox had like apparently, at least for the time, really good internet infrastructure that was like on par with Dreamcast. Like Dreamcast had like really good internet, and then they died. And then Xbox had like also really good internet, and that's why apparently a lot like people consider the Xbox the Dreamcast.
I mean, they better
2.
if they're fucking run by Microsoft.
Yeah.
I hear that you can still like with some mods run Xbox Live on original Xboxes.
Yeah.
You can still get online with a Dreamcast.
Really?
If you do everything correctly, play Phantasy Star.
They have there's
Fantasy
like
Star Online.
yeah,
Ooh.
they have dedicated like
Dedicated?
servers.
Dedicated WAMs.
Dedicated WAN.
Dedicated servers.
Yeah, no, it's clear that they are saving whatever they have for Switch 2. Like they weren't gonna drop a fucking bombshell at this direct.
I mean,
Which Tamagotchi Life, I guess, is kind of a bombshell because the last one came out 10 years
to the
ago.
Tamagotchi fan people.
yeah, the like 13
Yeah.
LGBT teenagers that love Tomodachi Life.
You mean the LGBT teenagers who couldn't romance LGBTQ people in the first game?
So they had to make like one man a woman or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a big thing on Twitter where everybody's just like, please shut the fuck up. They did an actual trailer for Prime 4, which I was thankful for.
Which looks really good.
It looks really good.
The new suit looks really good.
Yeah, the suit
But that's a
looks incredible.
Switch 2 release
Both.
title.
It's a
It's both.
Switch.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be like a Breath of the Wild thing,
Well,
I think.
apparently I don't know how it was confirmed, but some leakers were like, yeah, the footage you saw is Switch 1 footage. So they didn't even show Switch 2 footage of Metroid Prime 4.
Well, considering how the Prime remake looks on Switch, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this.
I'm very interested to see what the direct tomorrow is going to talk about the Switch 2 because there's another leaker who was talking, like people were saying like, didn't you like leak about the Zelda like the remasters? He's like, yeah. He's like, are they coming out? He's like, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, they're probably just going to get bundled into a GameCube Switch Online thing because I don't fucking know.
I mean, that's how Nintendo always does it. Granger told me like 2 years before it happened that Animal Crossing was about to be announced and was ready to go. And I was like, okay, cool. There's a direct coming out like next week. Let's get it. And then we all watched it. And then for the next year and a half, we were like, Granger, where the fuck is Animal Crossing? Where the fuck is it? And he was like, I don't know, I've seen it, it works.
Well, it's the same thing with a Metro Prime remaster was apparently set on for a year.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Engage was also set on for a year. Like they
Didn't
just
need to sit on that one. If
No.
it was Three Houses, I would get it, but
well, apparently they were just waiting because apparently it's supposed to come out for like the series like anniversary because it's a fucking anniversary title because look at all the past characters back, type shit. And then it's like
they should have just done another Warriors game.
honestly, yeah, I still am waiting for like more Warriors spin-offs. Like, dude, I want a Final Fantasy Warriors so bad.
Final Fantasy, but they have some kind of deal with Nintendo. Speaking of this, I finally got my copy of the Zelda one back and all my Chainsaw Man books.
Nice.
Oh, from Millie, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, they had all boxed up, ready to go.
yeah, they were like, it's by the door. You can just grab it when you leave. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, especially since both Cara and I want to play Hyrule Warriors.
It's good and it's co-op.
Are you
Yeah.
Are you talking original Hyrule Warriors or
The
Age of Calamity?
Breath of the Wild one.
I'm waiting for Switch 2 for that because I hope to God it has a frame rate bump because dear Lord, it does not run well.
Yeah.
Like especially like I was playing as Impa and like Impa goes so fucking fast that like mid combos I'm like
I mean,
yikes.
it's not nearly as bad as the one they did for 3DS.
That is true. Well, okay, fair, but like
There's a Hyrule Warriors for 3DS.
Yeah, the Wii U version, the
Oh.
original Hyrule Warriors. They were like, we're gonna put it on 3DS, and this is where we're putting all the Wind Waker content.
yeah.
So to get all that stuff, even on the Wii U, you had to buy the 3DS copy and
Oh.
then put in a code for the Wii U to get it
Oh
for
my
a
gosh.
while.
And then they put out the Switch version which had everything.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
new costumes and shit. So that's a great situation of like, okay, they did like a remaster. I never have to go back to the previous version ever again, which I love. They did. They're doing Raito 1
Which
HD.
I've apparently that's canon to Persona. I didn't know that, so I'm like, okay, cool. Are there going to be any nods, or because this? I'm assuming this, because I don't know anything about Raito except
I
that.
think the ending of Raito 2 leads to the Persona universe, or one of the endings.
Okay. Because I'm interested in this one because it's Shin Megami Tensei, but also people freaking out on Reddit were like, holy fuck, I didn't think this would ever come out.
Yeah, and I mean, with everything that's happening right now, they could do the funniest thing ever, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series again.
I did like your idea about watching that weekly.
Well, it's apparently going to all drop immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can watch however long we want to watch it and then just wait.
I'm cool with binging that shit next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And because I said, oh, I'm gonna wait, because I was gonna wait to watch that little clip they put out, and I was like, no, since I'm gonna wait, a couple days, I'll watch the little clip now. Clip was fire.
It was. I've been
The
listening
one with his
to
brother, which isn't his brother. Yeah.
Virgil.
No, it is
Yeah.
his brother.
Well, that's a monster, but it was shaped like his brother. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, with the little bury the light motif. Fuck, I was like, oh. Speaking of that, I'm gonna look it up, but they already like showed off the. What is it? The soundtrack for Devil May Cry.
I've been listening to that Evanescence song like every day.
Dude, holy fuck. It's already, I think...
I love that we're now getting like well-known American bands and like American singers, or at least popular in America singers, to do
anime and games and shit.
Yes, love that.
So, they said there's more in here. This isn't all of it, or at least I'm assuming this is all the license shit. But we have Afterlife by Evanescence, Rollin' by Limp Bizkit,
Hell yeah.
Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. The specifically
Who we should see
oh yeah,
come October 2nd.
Last Resort, specifically a remix.
Yo.
The remix that's like in the trailer.
Same show.
Yeah, same show. They have Butterfly by Crazy Town, which is that "Come My Lady, Come Come My Lady." Well, that song. Yeah,
This whole thing is just going to be one log AMV.
they have a remix of "Bury the Light," a mysterious song from Green Day, and
I bet it's a new single.
I hope not because their new shit sucks.
I agree.
Devil Trigger
The
remix.
last time they released
Oh, yes.
a good
Yeah.
new song was 21 Guns.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That's
Which is, to be fair, but that was like
their
a
fucking
while
biggest-
after they released like their good albums, and they
Well,
were like,
they
we-
take to be there. They also take like years to make an album because American Idiot was 2004, and then that album was I think 2010.
yeah,
They take forever to
21
make
Guns,
albums.
but I love.
Here's my
21
thing.
Guns is great.
I would take out Green Day and put in Breaking Benjamin, but that's just me.
I'm shocked that
yeah,
Linkin Park
100%.
isn't on there.
Yeah, that
Like,
would be a.
that's the thing.
I mean,
one.
it's because of the new shit that has come out, and probably because they have a new female singer.
You can still get the old shit because people still listen to that.
I mean,
like,
true, but
Mike
just saying, I
Shinoda is
feel like
down for
that is like a component of it.
I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but Limp Bizkit has in their contracts for adaptations that if any anime or video game uses their music, they have to add Fred Durst into that property.
Really?
So we're gonna see anime Fred Durst.
I don't know if that is still the case because they've put that in newer wrestling games and he's not been in those now.
I mean,
so I
you
won't
don't know. You haven't been looking in the audience.
That's fair. You're right. I'm wondering if because Fred I could see him just being a demon voice or something, but that'd be still really funny.
I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna be like a guy that Dante like saves in the street and then moves on.
Yeah, it'd be really funny.
Or some guy who gets he screams before he gets
murdered.
Murdered.
Yeah. He does the Fred.
Oh my god!
No, he does the Fred Durst oh yeah, he's sliced in half. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for that fucking show. Oh my gosh. Afterlife has been blaring in my speakers constantly. I have rewatched the fucking opening credits and trailers so many times.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
Luke, how was the storm for you?
Fucking especially where nothing really happened because
Nothing happened. It was
right
over you.
Storm, but
yeah.
Nothing actually dangerous happened. But my parents were like, it's gonna get bad, so we're all already downstairs in the living room. The TV's there.
Your room's right next to it.
Yeah, well, my brother's room, because you guys saw that room.
Yeah.
My brother's room's right next to it. Stairway, yeah. My brother is just chilling in his bed watching Yu-Gi-Oh because he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna rewatch all the old Yu-Gi-Oh shows before it got bad, and so he's watching 5Ds at the moment. And so he's watching that, and I'm
That's an
like,
interesting metric on when it got bad. What does he think? When does he think he got bad?
basically after 5Ds.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first 3 series that we grew up with, and then once we all got out of Yu-Gi-Oh is when it got bad.
I mean, that's
Once it became not popular.
Well, not even that, just when they started, because 5Ds.
once the show became not popular.
Yeah.
Well, even pretty much once.
Yeah, that's
once
right.
I
Yeah,
think
not the
I'm
cards.
assuming I don't know who owns the rights now, but I know that was the last one that was for the 4Kid stuff.
Yeah.
And then it went to either Cartoon Network or Nick. I'm not sure.
I heard they were doing a Yu-Gi-Oh recompiled where they uncensor the original series.
That'd be sick.
with English VAs.
That'd be really cool if they do because I would rewatch the fuck out of it,
I've been getting so many
especially
reels
seeing Kaiba
of,
shoot a motherfucker.
Yeah, and almost constantly getting shot himself.
Yeah, and then the only way he didn't is because he threw a card to get in between the fucking gun chamber.
And then
thing.
suicided outside a window.
I've
Kaiba
been
is a
getting so many
fucking
reels of
badass.
overdubs of Yu-Gi-Oh from Jamaica. The Jamaican. You go,
Did I show you the reggae? I think I sent it to you. It's Darth Vader, but in Jamaica, and it's
No.
him talking to Luke. It's like, you're not a good Jedi, my boy.
Mia Fada.
Yeah, I'm your father.
Fada.
It's fucking good, dude. Yeah, no, the Jamaican dubs of Yu-Gi-Oh are so
Obi
good.
Wagwan Kenobi.
Oh, big one.
Obi Wagwan. Me Wagwan.
Oh, I know that man. He me. No, yeah.
Obi Wagwan Kenobi.
Speaking of Star Wars and Disney,
You know the way.
this morning before I went to sleep, I caught up on Daredevil, and I got to episode 5, and the description for episode 5 is Matt teams up with an old friend, and I was like, oh fuck, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
I was like
She-Hulk.
Punisher.
Well, Punisher was in it already, so I was like,
okay.
they've set that up. They just anytime now, Punisher can just come in and do his shit.
Was it
They
She-Hulk?
punish.
It wasn't She-Hulk.
Okay, I honestly expected that.
I figured it wouldn't be.
So I was gonna say,
Echo?
canonically they fuck.
I thought Echo could be possible, but I was really hoping for Danny Rand or Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones would have been my pick, honestly.
Because you can bring Jessica in, and she's not going to fuck with the plot of this season at all.
No.
It's all political. She just does PI work.
Yeah.
I think that would have been great. Canonize the Defenders.
Well,
But
it already is canonized because this is canonically with Daredevil, and Daredevil is canonic to Defenders, so they are technically canon.
yeah,
But yeah,
but it's a technicality
Yeah.
right now.
they have not appeared in the MCU proper besides Matt Murdock because he's the GOAT.
Because my thing was, I would love to see Luke Cage more than anything, but if they bring Luke Cage into Daredevil, all the stakes are gone immediately.
Because he just
What
fucking
about Iron Fist?
Well, I thought Iron Fist would be good, because especially if they do the thing where Danny is like, I'm not Iron Fist anymore,
Yeah.
but I'm still trying. I think that would be awesome.
Because then you could bring in like the current Iron Fist and have them like team up or like train or some shit.
Yeah, have him. Then you set yourself up for a whole other season of TV where it's new Iron Fist shit.
Yeah.
Or incorporate the new Iron Fist from Rivals, which is the
Chinese one.
the crazy,
the most selling comic book in China of all time, I think.
I know. I mean, but that
I was gonna say
I don't know. That's a cool collab to bring that in.
I forget what it is. There's another Chinese superhero that sold really well, and it was like a variation. I want to say it's a Batman thing or a Spider-Man thing. I forget.
Did we talk about Batman Ninja?
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that. I still need to see that.
Talk about it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's Batman Ninja versus the Justice League.
One of the best
Yakuza.
animated DC movies I've seen.
Which is it's
maybe not story wise, but movie watching.
But
like
just for the experience of sitting down and watching it,
yes.
The action, the jokes were really good.
There's I have gripes, but it's all very much like I want more out of things.
Yeah,
which is again not a bad thing because they gave us some, but it's like if this was a show,
if it was a series, it would
so peak. Do you remember
like we got the interactions of the Bat family, the Bat Boys, the Bat Boys, and I wanted fighting.
We weren't expecting it all. We were thinking like, oh, it'll be like Batman and Robin and maybe Alfred.
But nope. It's Nightwing, Red Robin, Red Hood, and Damian, right? Or no, Damian.
Yeah,
Damian's there, but he's with Batman most of the time.
Because
but you literally get
he's canonically the Robin,
the old Bat Boys together, and they're all like making jokes,
being siblings and arguing with each other. Yeah,
and because it's like there's one point where they're like off.
Well, can we do? Sorry, I want you to do that, but to preface this to our viewer, this is the movie after
Batman Ninja,
which we hadn't seen.
Which that movie I have seen that, and when you guys are saying this one has like great animation, the last one was like meh. Like it's definitely that CGI anime aesthetic, but it kind of was
this one still was.
This one's taking some pages out of like Trigon Stampede's book.
That's what I'm saying. Is like if this one has good animation, the last one was just like clearly budgetary reasons. Yeah,
same style as that. So then, what were you saying though?
Oh, well, just to wrap up my previous thread, it's Kamala Khan's dad that he teams up with, and it's really fucking gay, and the episode doesn't matter at all to the season. But in Batman Ninja, there's a part where they like go to downtown Gotham, and Gordon is like, "We got more Yakuza falling out of the sky," and he's just so nonchalant about it. They beat their asses, and
so Batman says like, "Oh, like what's happening?" He goes like, "Oh, very funny, Batman."
Yeah, like you know about the Yakuza hurricanes.
Yeah, we just did this the past 4 days.
Yeah, so Batman's like, "Oh, there's a Japan dimension on top of us. Let's go up there." So him and Robin get in the Batwing, go up there, and then the Japanese Flash comes down.
But we get character intros or villain intros.
You get fucking dynamic intros for these bitches?
For each.
With backstory.
With backstory, but it's this like it does this thing where it's a still image and then all of the things on the side like slowly pan in and then it's them in the center and it's like kind of a Ken's burn effect.
Is it kind of like the Persona 5 like?
I mean, we can just show you right when it.
They do like a paper doll theater thing a lot of the time too.
Yes,
which is cool.
Yeah, because I remember when the trailer came out, I didn't know this movie had dropped. Like I was like, oh okay.
Also, this is the most powerful Aquaman I've ever seen.
100%
ever seen.
That's the thing. Aquaman is the most inconsistent, I feel, because he's either a dumbass who just talks to fish, or like legitimately just can control the fucking waves.
It's more than that. He just controls water.
Yeah, he's just a goddamn waterbender in this.
Okay,
yes, and it's dope.
That like the way you guys like explain it to me through text, and even like I watched a couple scenes online because I am just broke right now, so I can't go buy it. I'm like this.
We'll send you the link to watch.
This is like the rule of cool kind of vibe of like,
yes,
fuck it, just go like what's cool? Oh, matriarch Wonder Woman, fucking Jessica Cruz Green Lantern doing crazy Green Lantern shit. The fuck Aquaman being the fucking king of the ocean, legitimately.
We also have Harley Quinn and Joker being
like Japanese biker gang.
Hell yeah,
and it's awesome.
It's so awesome.
The best part for me though was Superman.
Oh yeah,
Yakuza Superman was so fucking cool.
So cool. And then there's a part where they like see their original Earth timeline.
Yeah, like
counter.
the boundary breaks for a second and they see their actual history.
And so there's a point where they're like, "Oh fuck! Like that's who my guy. Like this is who my other
Like
version.
who I am in the other world." Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh fuck!" They're like so cool and like so heroic.
We're kind of assholes.
Yeah.
And the best thing that happens after that is that they like come to terms with who they are, and then all their tattoos start glowing. And when the tattoos glow, it goes into like the shape of their suit. So Superman has like the full body tattoo down to the feet and like down.
Yeah,
to the
because they
wrists.
all have the fucking. I mean, Yakuza full body tattoos.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I just remember seeing the trailer.
Damien
and
in this when he's eating sushi, so fucking funny. He's like in Japan and he's like, I want another California roll.
And then Raish is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I was gonna say, I feel like Damien though would know the sushi ones. I would expect Tim to be like, "Where's my California roll?"
Yeah, Tim would be like, "Do you guys have any gyoza?"
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah. Damien was like, and he says a line that's like, okay, like don't like it's what I want. Like don't. Get
Yeah,
off
he's
my,
like, "Get off my
dick."
nuts."
yeah, yeah. It's like
He's like, "I think this tastes good. Stop."
yeah,
hassling
because the
me."
whole thing, it's like you have a private chef that'll make me anything. Let me,
Yeah, let me get what I want. Don't
Yeah.
restrict
yeah, like
what I get
how
from
was-
private chef.
I'm assuming they focus more on Damien and Bruce, but like, how were the Nightwing?
Damien
Jason-
actually gets sidelined for a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
The most badass scene I think of the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing is the Nightwing fight with Green Lantern.
Nice.
yes,
Because you think, oh, Nightwing would not be able to step to Green Lantern, but he almost immediately outsmarts her. And
Yeah.
it's very character.
Nightwing. I think so. In the Batman like fight list, Bruce is still the number one, and it's a very close tie between Jason's brute force or Dick's like
Red Robin was
acrobatics.
dope, but it was really cool when Red Hood showed up because that was the last of the Bat Boys to
Yeah.
show up, and he shows up, and both Beatrice and I were like, "What the? Oh, yes, they're here, they're all here."
Did he show up guns blazing?
But
Yes.
it was really cool. It was really cool seeing Red Robin because I feel like the most
They never use Red Robin.
that's what I agree because the most we get is I think Nightwing out of all other than like outside of Damien now, the only other person we really see the most of is Nightwing.
Yeah.
Like he's second.
Yeah, he always plays second because to be fair,
But
he's
we
also
just see him a lot.
he
We
is
have
the
a lot of
most-
Nightwing, and then Red Hood, and then Damien. We don't get a lot of Red Robin.
Well, the problem is Red Robin isn't a thing anymore because Tim is just now wearing his old Robin uniform, just upgrading it. He's now just Tim Drake.
You know what
but
I think would fix
the
that?
costume that they do is so good.
Is it the black cowl with
It's
the red?
the black cowl that goes down into the cave
Hell
like
yeah.
the old Batman
Hell
comics.
Oh my god, it looks so good, and it just was so good to see him.
They
I
should
just
they
was
should
like,
have kept him in the Red Robin uniform.
And he had the
forever.
staff.
Thank God.
Which-
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because that's been my like they don't know what to do with Tim Drake, ever. Like they made like he came out as bi and then they've never done anything with that ever. His supposed boyfriend keeps getting sidelined of, I don't know, he's over there. We're doing Batman shit.
But to be fair,
Constantly.
that feels like a normal gay relationship.
Well, but like Batwoman gets like dedicated storylines where like Renee Montoya, who's now the Question again, like they deal with that shit. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are consistently being brought up, and like it's part of the thing. They made like Tim being
But in this
bi-
one, it feels very clear that Harley Quinn has feelings for Batman.
Yeah.
well that they've Harley
But
Quinn
to be fair,
has-
everyone has feelings for Bruce.
Harley-
Everyone, you can't not have.
Yeah, there are moments where Yakuza Superman is just like, oh my god.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, dude, the Superman fight where like Batman stages all the.
Yeah,
oh
he
my god.
He intentionally they make this like Bat Megazord basically.
fuck yeah, dude.
Speaking of
like,
which,
like not even like a little bit.
They-
Full on.
they
full
did,
on,
like-
full. No, like not like actually full nod. Not little bit. Not this is similar. They do the suit up.
there's a 5-minute segment where they cut back to traditional 2D animation just to do like a Voltron sequence.
Just to do a Voltron
Fuck
scene.
yeah,
It is.
dude.
I mean, I have chills right now thinking of it. It was like we were both dying laughing. Like I can't believe we're watching them just do a full nod to
to like
Voltron Power
Rangers,
Rangers suit up mech
Just big mech
Megazord.
thing, yeah.
Megazord.
Speaking of Power Rangers, when Dick goes to fight Green Lantern, he has like a Sentai ass power up
Yes.
where he puts on a mechanized version of the Disco Nightwing suit.
Oh fuck!
And it's amazing.
Dude, I'll send you the link. So Jan, Discord, shout out Jan or John. sent me the link to like this website that just streams everything, and I was like, send me that right now. And then I was browsing it, and like on the main page, it had. What's the full name? It's just
Batman Ninja versus Yakuza.
No, Batman Ninja versus Yakuza. And I was like, I have not heard a single goddamn thing about this. It's clearly a new release because it was in the
front page
in
new
theaters
releases.
new release things.
Yeah.
And I was like, BJ, do you just want to put this on?
Because we started watching Mickey 13 allegedly.
Yes.
And it was just like a guy with a camcorder in a theater.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really hear it, and it looked like shit. And
Yeah.
then the Batman one was just a full rip.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because I looked, it was like that you could just buy on Amazon and shit. So I'm assuming it was just a straight to DVD digital release thing.
Or there's ways to like download to grab the file off the internet. That's like as it's streaming, you can just record what's being like the file that's being being played from off of a server. So like it's essentially it was just that. It didn't have subtitles, which is okay, but like I don't like this is interesting. I don't like everyone in Discord is every time you put on subtitles because everyone's talking over each other, but also like but with Carmen, like I've gotten so used to subtitles. It's so fucking helpful in every movie. Like I don't want to watch a movie without subtitles. It's just like one of those things.
I'm in the
just
same
quality
way
of life, though.
I'm in the same way because I feel like also due to like gaming, I'm always putting subtitles on in games.
Oh yes,
I'm always like that.
I'll do it for every. I'll do
Yeah.
full subtitles, not just like if there's like something that
If
like,
someone's talking over there, I want to hear what they talk about.
Yeah, if I'm walking, it's not just dialogue. I want
Dude,
everything.
That's the best
subtitled.
thing about fucking like Final Fantasy like 7 Remake and Rebirth is on the sideline as you walk past somebody. It won't give a full detail, but it will be right here, so you can be like, "Oh yeah, shop owner, customer."
Weird-
it'll say that
a
shit.
weird
Xenoblade
thing.
X does that too.
Yeah,
which
love
is
that
great.
shit.
A weird,
Love that shit.
another weird pull. Atomic Heart did subtitles or captioning really well. Where you'd be walking in a full town, like Bioshock ass town, and everyone had subtitles over their heads. Like you could see multiple, and I'd be like, "That's a great quality of life."
Now
Even
that
though people would be like, "Oh, it's so like there's so much on screen."
I
Like, I
can
don't
see
give a
people
fuck.
thinking that it's colored, but for universe things, being able to see what everybody's saying,
Yeah.
Yes,
very
especially
helpful.
when like your
Especially-
eyes can be drawn to words, and then you'll see a word, and then you can go. Like, I
especially-
fucking love being in an open world and seeing subtitles on everyone's conversations.
Especially,
Because then I
like-
can see somebody be like, I went to town for milk. And I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah, but then this other guy's like, so I heard there's this dragon by the lake, and you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
You're like, you
exactly.
immediately pull up the map and go lake.
Yeah,
Put a
yeah.
little
So
marker
it's
there.
like,
Yeah.
that shit's way, like, yeah. And I also like the ones that have it over the people instead of
you
on
can
the
tell
bottom.
which one is,
Yeah, it's,
Well, it's funny that's just what, because you remember like playing like old school RPGs or old school games. There was no ambient dialogue. You just went up to people and talked to them.
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
So nowadays it's like we don't do that. So now you just have ambient shit happening.
Yeah, it's true because
And it's like,
you never hear people talking. It was the
You
soundtrack back.
Backdrop.
Let's just go back not a couple years, but
Yeah.
go to Skyrim.
Yeah.
No one's talking.
I mean,
you just have the ambient sound.
They do in like the major towns. Like you walk past some of the market people, or like if you walk.
I don't remember any of that.
If you walk past a dude, like
but it's all like canned like one-liners.
yeah.
Yeah, that you.
I
hear
hear
a
there's
billion-
an adventure in town.
Yeah. There's It's
Or if you walk past Nazim, do you get to the Cloud District often?
But I'm saying,
oh,
in that
never
game,
mind, you don't.
only
Yeah.
dialogue that matters
Yeah.
is when you're
talking
go
to a person,
somebody
yeah.
and select talk to them.
Yeah.
100%.
Because like
Not
even-
world building shit where you can just hear random conversations and just like feel like you're. I mean, like the whole thing. You're driving down the highway and you're passing thousands of people, and you go. Every one of them is going through something is going through their day today.
Isn't that a crazy feeling to just hit you out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It happens a lot in traffic.
Just realizing that other people are sentient, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
You-
I mean,
you-
there
you re-
must be so much dedicated wham on this server.
yeah.
realizing that like, oh fuck, like I'm not like not even just I'm not the main character, but like, oh fuck, someone else could be going through like their traumatic backstory right now, and
Yeah.
I'm just driving to work to roll a burrito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen to Dolly Parton. And
I do
someone's,
think
like,
about
going to
that
kill
a lot.
somebody.
Like, so I was going through downtown Nashville today, and there's this dude that was like in this ratty old truck that was just holding his horn down on this somebody in like an Escalade in front of him. And I was like, I just wonder, like, what the fuck is happening? What's going on?
Do you ever wonder what goes on inside
and then I go,
someone's
maybe,
head?
and then I just go, like, maybe they're just a fucking angry, awful person that just has, like, because in, like, to be fair, like, if you're driving down 65, like, when you're going to work, you rarely hear the horn go off.
Yeah, basically never.
Yeah, and then I was in Nashville, and I was hearing horns all the time, and I was like, I mean, it's a different beast, but it just makes you think.
I mean,
of
that
like,
never also used to happen, but then all these motherfuckers from LA started
dude, traffic
coming in.
has been so bad in the morning this past month.
Yeah,
so bad.
Because I was driving home last week, and when I got on 65 heading north, it was just completely backed up until I got to our exit, and then I got off, and then basically until I got to Joe P, it was just stopped the whole way down.
There's probably some accident.
Maybe.
I know.
I mean, that
I know
happened today.
today.
So after about like 3, I don't take the June Lake exit. I take I'll take the normal, like, get on a 840 and take the first exit to 431. But today it like said, hey, you should probably take the June Lake exit, and I was like, it is way too late to be taking that exit. And it was like, it'll save you like 2 minutes. I was like, no, I don't trust that. So I went on 840, did the little roundabout, and it was stop traffic. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And there was an accident right, you know, that Hispanic church?
Yeah, right by the gas station.
I mean, before.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah. There was an accident that was happening right there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that, no wonder. But I was sitting there for like 3-4 minutes, like, what is happening? Because, yeah, it'll back up, but, like, you get through it in like a minute.
But the worst thing is coming through when there's a concert. That shit fucking sucks.
I mean, and it's just like also specific concerts.
Yeah, Chaperone was dog shit. I wanted to kill myself.
Jonas
so
Brothers was an awful one. There's other concerts where it's, again,
Pretty much
not that bad.
any band that has like the dedicated fan base that's gonna like kill you to get the
wham.
The
dedicated wham base,
fan base.
fan base.
So, I think we're gonna do butter chicken tonight. I was gonna do teriyaki, but I was
Classic.
like, we did that a couple weeks ago. It's been a minute for some butter chicken, and it's just so easy.
Butter chicken, it's the classic.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was the first thing you made, but I know that was like early
That was
into.
one of the most memorable.
Yeah, like when you made because I remember I distinctly remember you being like, no, this butter chicken, gas, and we were like, okay,
it is gas.
and then it was like
it's
a
easy,
banger.
and what's great is it just makes a lot of meal prep. I can have like 4 days
Yeah.
worth of food
We-
after.
Speaking of like the style of food, we do need to plan out for like I guess the night whenever we do episode 200, make a point to go to House of India or do something, just like a little.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Like
taking
anniversary dinner
a 3 week
thing.
break around that time, so we have
Yeah.
enough time to plan for the episode itself, and then also just like give us a break.
Yeah.
Let us do some, have some nights editing some Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Like, I just think, I mean, we're at what, like 185 recording.
Yeah.
This might be it. So
So we're getting there.
we're getting there. I mean, to be fair, that's still like
Still, like I would say, like
15
probably
weeks, but
a while away. But yeah,
it's
Yeah.
good to keep an,
I'm hoping this thing that I'm trying to do for you guys before 200 is ready before 200.
What, really? You're doing something else?
What do you mean?
Because there's that gift that.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. I'm still working on that, but this is kind of out of my control, and I just kind of have to wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
on I guess
I'm curious.
you'll like it.
I mean, I know I will. I know I like the other thing that you're doing, but it just leaves me curious.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you like the other thing I'm doing. I've changed it up so many times that I don't even know what's good anymore.
Okay.
how are you? It's a little off topic, but how are you liking disco?
I like it a lot. It's really, that's what's gotten me into this Call of Cthulhu kind of feverish behavior, because what I want to do is
Because disco
this
isn't
is
very
really why we're
combat-heavy,
having
so-
playing is I want better planned
Yeah.
instead of what happened at Lake House, which was fuck, I'm making everything up, which
Yeah.
I did a great.
I was gonna say you did a great job because like I was legitimately like, oh hell yeah, like we're going through we're doing a thing. Whereas I didn't know how much that was planned, how much was like Yeah.
After night 2, it was all fucking. I mean, to be fair, there's other stuff that's later that's planned.
Yeah.
But I do not want to have. This could be a whole world. This could be a
Yeah.
whole thing that has the potential, and I want to, not milk it, but like it's just it's like You know me. It's like, why would I make?
You want to embellish the things that are
Yeah,
cool.
why would I make with food? It's like, why would I make this dish when I could make it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very capable.
Well, you
of
could
doing
just
it.
do a grilled cheese, but like, why not have some bacon on there? Do a little bit
Yeah,
extra,
my
like,
chorizo.
yeah, some
Yeah.
chorizo.
Why
Dude,
would you make a burger without garlic powder?
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
dude.
or bacon jam.
Dude, no, the fucking anybody who makes burgers and stuff, if you do not season the fucking patty, I swear to God.
It's so easy.
That's why I love the chopped cheese. Because you can just put a bunch of shit in there, and every single bite is going to be seasoned as fuck.
It smells so good when BJ makes chopped cheeses. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think I've got it down now.
Well, you need to make me one of these one day because I need to have if you got it down, I want to have a BJ chopped cheese, bro.
So, anyways, I'm just in this Call of Cthulhu because of Disco.
Yeah.
I like it's the gripes that I have that I'm always gonna have. Maybe it'll change when I'm older, but the gripes that I have right now with the kind of style of game that it is, which has kept me from this style of game, which is like I'm walking around, I'm listening to dialogue, and I'm having to read dialogue, and
It's not as
just like,
action heavy as
yeah.
like
I also
as- yeah.
can't like teleport because it's like also why would you need to fast travel? You're in this small little town, and I go but like me adding up all the fucking times I'm walking around, and there's also like things where it's like now I have like 15 quests because of it's just things I found that goes like
Yeah, you're trying to figure out something else, and you just get
to be
added
fair,
another quest.
I would say 80% of them I cannot 80% have nothing to do with what I can do right now.
Yeah.
But it's like why like Skyrim, it's like you found a cave, go deeper, and then by the end of the cave you're gonna finish the quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's linear that way. This way it's like but I really I do enjoy it. I fuck with it. It gives me Call of Cthulhu vibes. I'm trying to do an honorable playthrough, but I don't really know what that means.
Good
because I don't really know what that means because of how little I know of everything.
Have you gotten to any of like the hard like racist or like sexist shit yet?
He accepted critical race theory.
Hell yeah.
Because that was my only option.
Yeah, because did you fuck up the roll or did you fuck up a
Yeah,
thing?
I fucked up rolls.
Yeah.
I'm not strong enough to push by the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
can't.
What's the one about like you meet like the dude who's like they're the two girls that like are like they love each other, the bouncer whoever's like, but they're two girls, and you have to like have options of being like, yeah, dickhead, they also can fuck, or like, or yeah, I think
know.
if you fuck
It's-
up the thing, you can straight up be like, you know what, you're right, and I'm like,
Other
oh
than
boy.
the things that I feel like boxed into, I'm trying to be like a good cop. But there's like other times where I'm like, there's like when the options are like, this one's too funny.
This,
Hack.
yeah,
like,
dude,
Like I have to be like,
I want
want to choose this just so I could see the dialogue that happens.
I will say that all the fuck ups when you're getting fucked up feel really bad, but then by the time you get to the end of the game, you're like, it's all okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing, so it's like I'll get through
like
it.
usually like before Disco, like and even sometimes now I'm usually a type where I like to like fuck, I don't like that roll, save scum, go back.
When did it go back? Or sorry, when did it release? You said go back.
20, I want to say it was early access for a while, but I
I
think
want to say 2017
Yeah,
was when the original came out, and then 2020 was when the
the
definitive.
director's cut, yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz
Is that the one you have on Steam? Is the director's?
yeah.
Okay.
Because they updated it
Yeah.
to just be like, all right, everything
It's
is
the
director's
definitive
cut.
edition.
I think I have that one for Switch.
Yeah, that's the first place I played it.
Yeah.
Was when it came out there.
Yeah, it's just slow, and that it kind of is hard.
It was the first game where I was like, I'm gonna stick with my choices no matter if I like it or not, because some of these outcomes are so funny. I want to know how it.
I don't think
plans out.
I've save scummed
Yeah.
so far.
It's way funnier because like you play like a fucking
Like so far, it hasn't fucked me like bad. So I'm like,
I think I called Kuno a cunt in like the first interaction I had with him.
yeah. I did look
Yeah,
up because
I
I was
did.
stuck in that moment where I was like, I do not know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I looked it up, and there was like this whole thing about like you can actually like befriend Kuno, and then he can like end to like look up at you, and I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I hate that kid. Yeah.
There's a lot. It's a game.
Even though it did in the wiki, it did describe like his pretty fucked up like family.
Yeah.
Like his backstory, I'm like, oh, that fucking sucks. His dad's like an awful druggie, and then he does drugs, And it's like, yeah, that's fucked up, but fuck him still.
I want to do another playthrough because it's one I want to go back and try to pick different decisions that I didn't pick last time.
I still need to finish Spider-Man, which I think I could
Did you finish the main game and you were just doing DLCs? Or okay, yeah.
No, I'm trying to 100% the map.
Don't do that.
I did it.
I'm close.
It's like after you.
Okay, I've done all the factions.
Are
Like
you gonna
all
do the DLC?
I don't know.
Because
If you bought it on Steam,
I probably
it
won't. I
has
probably
the
won't.
DLC.
No.
If you
no,
100%
knowing me, no, I won't.
I would say do it for the story, but don't 100% the DLC.
yeah, 100% don't do that. Just
Screwball
play through.
sucks.
Screwball fucking sucks. Any of the side stuff.
I'm
after you
doing
finish the main
everything
game.
that shows up on my map, and right now I'm just needing to like run through and get like in certain areas do a little red icon that shows up that's like one of those like
the crimes.
Yeah.
There's a couple of specific crimes that I have to do that I have to like.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, you need to do like 4 in this area for it to be 100%.
Yeah. That's
you
really
just
what I'm
swing
waiting for.
around.
I've done all of the other one that I really need to make a dent in is the research stations. But other than that, like all the villains,
backpacks, all the villains.
villains. So Black Cat.
Just wait till you see
who's
Black
the guy
Cat
that
in,
is
DLC.
Game Master, not Game Master. What's his name?
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. Done all of his. He fucking kicked my ass.
Also, I love that we
he-
get Taskmaster in the main game. They're like, how do we one up that Screwball? Fuck off.
So
doesn't
did
work.
did the biker gang one with the guy with the iron skin,
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead,
Is it Hammerhead or Tombstone?
Tombstone.
Hammerhead's DLC.
Did all Tombstone quests. Did every faction like at the bases. I've cleared that. So I have a little bit, and I was like, I'm really I know I'm at end game because when I save, it shows like percentage complete, and I'm already at like 86%, and every time I do stuff, it just adds a percentage. And I'm like, fuck, the store, the store. Like every time I do side quests, it just adds to it, and it's gonna be like at that point when if I finish everything on the map, it'll be like 90% done, and so I'll have like what 2 hours? 2 hours of gameplay left.
I want more games to do that because I'm not a completionist or trophy hunter or whatever. I genuinely do not give a shit. I don't
think I am too, but for some reason I am with this game.
No, because like when I beat Spider-Man, I got it like 68%. I was like, cool, done. And then I never went back to it until.
I also have like not really changed. I level up all my equipment, but I have not fucked with different like
finishers.
No, different special abilities with suits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. I didn't.
I mean, there's
because some of them are combat finishers, and then some of them are like, "Oh, go invisible."
Yeah. Some of it's like you don't get detected as fast.
But the web one is so good because it'll just web like basic enemies to the wall immediately.
The one. So what I have right now is actually it's the Avengers one. It's the one with the
Iron Spider
arms. But the other one I like is just the base one, which is when you activate, you get more of your special ability bar because you can just use that to heal or do finishers.
Yeah, instant takedown.
And so it's like I can't think of. It's like both of those things are like very good.
That game really cemented to me that Marvel has a problem with its villains because pretty much every good villain in Marvel has been turned into a hero at some point. Like,
I mean, that's not just Marvel. That's also like DC because like look at Harley Quinn, and things like that where it's like
Harley Quinn is a very specific.
But like they're
scenario.
like
That is who's the guy that has lasers out of his eyes? We never get.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Darkseid.
Oh, I didn't know.
Fair enough. Darkseid.
Yeah.
We've never had a like him turn good.
he's never been good, but he's worked with them before to defeat like Perpetua and all these other like eldritch beings.
Doctor Doom is one of those things. It's like sometimes he's good.
Well, because Doctor Doom,
he like works.
For Doctor Doom, for his people, is a hero, but for the Fantastic Four,
the legit worst person you ever met.
Yeah.
Like
I think they're just hating on him.
Well, like
because he's ugly.
Yeah,
probably.
And I think he could take Reed's bitch. I think he could have been a better Mr. Fantastic. I want to see that comic run where Mr. Fantastic's the bad. Well, I mean that's just the fucking creator or whatever it is. The Ultimates.
Also the Illuminati shit too.
Yeah.
Because Reed's like, I have to control everything.
Doctor Doom would be a great head for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, he would actually. Yeah. And because a lot of those Thunderbolts are probably like, because he would keep them in line too.
Yeah, he'd be like, okay, well, you want to do this? You can't do that until you help us all with this, and you also can't kill anybody or whatever.
No, he would like pull Bucky to the side and be like, you can kill a couple people. Like, you can kill a couple. I trust you.
He's like, you have good judgment. You can kill people.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Venom?
Fuck no.
Nah.
Oh, God. Speaking of Venom, have you seen that shit?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Remember how we were talking about who's the new Venom?
It's Mary fucking Jane.
Who's playing her?
No, like in the comics right now.
Oh,
Mary Jane is the all-new Venom, which I will say this, the only reason I'm willing to give it even a little bit of leeway is Venom in this comic consistently considers themselves an I. They're not doing the we shit. So it is clearly a combination that neither of them want,
But it also
somehow
feels
happens.
a little weird because there's like Venom's wearing like a snapback and a do-rag and like a puffer jacket and Jordans. And then it's just like white girl Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Well, like the most. So I've been
what is the thing when cultural
appropriation. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm willing to give it a little bit of credit for, it's
Venom,
still stupid.
You're culturally appropriating.
It's still stupid because Marvel doesn't know what the fuck to do.
I'm gonna bite your fucking head off.
Yeah.
Marvel does not know what the fuck to do with Peter and MJ because they keep keeping them separate. Like we had Paul for like years. We have all this stuff.
John was playing Spider-Verse, the first one, Into the Spider-Verse. Oh yeah, that's the first one.
Did you see the third one's coming out in 2027?
The first, he was playing the first one, but it
Or
reminded me of
6 or 7, one of the two.
the best, and like how Peter Parker in the second one has like he gets Mary Jane, a family. I was like, this is the peak,
dude.
The peak Peter Parker.
Anybody who hasn't, go read the Ultimate Spider-Man comics that are coming out right now.
Why are we doing that?
It's the fucking best shit because he has kids, he's married, and it's
because there's a whole thing where Mayday finds out that he's Spider-Man, and he's like, "Don't tell mom."
And she she's his little like helper kind of like
Spider-Dad is peak.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Dude, no, like he had it was an all black suit for a while, and the only reason he changed it because it scared his daughter, so he changed it to the blue and red because she thought those colors were cool. And I'm like, that's the best written shit ever, dude. Let Spider-Man be happy, dear God. I don't care if it's with MJ or Felicia or fucking anybody. Just give my man a break, dude.
Yeah,
my man's a break.
They've been like fucking him over in every comic run.
Speaking of, we're just on comics right now, so I have to mention.
Yeah.
Gwenpool fans, we lost.
Oh, because they brought Gwen Stacy back
and made her Gwenpool.
Yeah,
which was
dumb as fuck.
Yeah, there's no basis in reality for that.
No,
they could have just made Spider-Gwen from the regular universe, but they're like, no, let's bring
Gwenpool. Gwen. Yeah, let's bring Gwen Stacy back from the dead and have her be in the Gwenpool comics
and make her a character that the joke was that she's not Gwen Stacy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Marvel, dude, it's really funny that like Marvel's flopping the bed so hard, and with the exception of DC doing an April Fool's joke of a Harley Quinn fart fetish comic, DC's been killing it.
Speaking of, so happy April Fool's, this is going to come out.
It's going to come out after. It's April 1st for us.
So Focus Entertainment did an Instagram post where they're like, new playable character. So in the story of Space Marine 2, you can play as the chaplain, which is named what was his name?
The fucker from the first game movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can play as him, and during the whole time you'll get new dialogues like this is not approved by the Codex Astartes, and the second one was I'm telling the Inquisition.
The one that Viz Media put out was really funny. It's a volume of manga, and the cover is just the whole title. It says, my dad is the demon lord, but I want to be a barista even though my girlfriend is afraid of milk. My cat loves milk, so I don't get along with my boss. On top of that, I have allergies. It's raining, and I slip every 5 minutes, volume 1.
So here it says, available April 1st, new DLC, The Chaplain takes over, new playable character, swap out Lieutenant Titus, and experience the game as a true Codex-compliant Ultramarine. Enhanced dialogue system. Every 5 minutes, the Chaplain will remind every Space Marine around him, the Codex Astartes does not support this action. I'm telling the Inquisition. Special ability, discipline. Instantly report any and all minor deviations from the Codex Astartes for a 5% discipline bonus, but minus 20% brotherhood. So
That's
very
great
funny.
because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
They did one for Bleach. The author of the Bleach light novels and Kubo pretty much said, "Hey, we're putting out a really cool thing called Bleach: The High School Warfare, and it's just a high school like light novel series where all like the Quincy's are a group of edgelords. You got these people, all that stuff, and then it's written by the guy who did all the Bleach novels for April 1st." The thing that people are excited about is because the last time that light novel artist did anything like that was for April 1st for a Fate light novel series that he actually did.
Damn.
So people are going like, there's a fucking chance we'll get a AU high school. Everybody's in like their little cliques. You got like the Vizards, the whatever.
Dude,
I don't know if it actually came out last night, but Marvel Rivals did something as well, where it was part of the board game where you get the legally distinct Black Widow Ash skin.
Yeah.
But they'd had a thing where it was like, oh, you could only get this last reward on the last like the day that we say, and I think it was for today. But it's just it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the rewards. It's just a twerk emote for Venom.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Speaking, so I have to pee, but
Yeah.
one last thing I want to say is, so we were talking to Jack at Will's birthday party, and he like out of nowhere, which again I need to play more games with him, and he's like, I want to play. I'm almost done with my like school, and but he was like, he asked us, and this came out of left field for me, like what our favorite Far Cry was. I was like, I didn't know you were a Far Cry fan. But
5.
Blood Dragon. I told him about Blood Dragon because he didn't know, which
Oh.
started as an April
As a
Fool's
joke, yeah.
As an April Fool's joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know they had developed a lot of stuff, but the Yakuza turn-based thing being like kind of April Fool's joke that they like actually made a real thing.
Yeah.
The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog like a couple
Yeah,
years
a
ago.
whole ass game that they just dropped on
Oh
April
yes,
Fool's
I
Day.
remember that.
They apparently,
Yes, it's
I don't know
in
if it's a full
Steam.
game, but I saw a PUBG visual dating sim where all the girls are just the guns you can use.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, I love that. This is what I'm cool with. Like April Fool's jokes where it's like, here's a trailer that gets you hype and you realize it's fake. That's upsetting.
I think the
a funny
Power World
joke
one might be
game
real.
is really
Yeah.
funny. Like that's way. Oh,
Or like in-game event that's like
Yeah.
just like dumb.
Yeah, like that's
Like
way
World
funnier.
of Tanks, weirdly enough, does really good.
I think I mentioned this last year, but For Honor did the best one of all
Oh
time.
yes,
Where everyone was just a rabid.
yeah, yeah. The World of Tanks does like weird
That's
events
so good.
where it's like everyone's like this weird, like you can just do like lobbies that you can pick. It's the April Fool's lobbies. That's just like some dumb game mode that wouldn't exist because everyone cares about like
Realism and shit.
realism and stuff. And it's like, nope. In this,
My
you're all just like
American.
these little helicopters that have an eyeball and like a cannon on the bottom.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm cool with games doing that because that's way more fun than just like here's a trailer for like if I saw a Bloodborne remaster trailer today, and then at the end it goes April Fools, I'd kill myself.
yeah,
Like fuck you for getting my hopes
and
up.
coming to Steam too.
Yeah,
The whole Sony statement about Bloodborne on the 10-year anniversary was pretty telling.
but they were just like
They were like, we have no plans to remaster Bloodborne for the PS5. Because the 6 is right around the corner, and the 5 launched with the Demon Souls remake.
it really upsets me
So-
like that. Really, this console generation, not like there's been some good games, but like it's just kind of
it was a filler generation.
it
because
really
of
feels
COVID.
because like the PS6 is gonna be like 2027. Like
Yeah.
it's been 5 years since the console launched, and it's like damn, like realistically like Xbox doesn't give out exclusives anymore, so like PS5 exclusive, right?
Yeah, are you sure it's okay?
That meme is
the
so
cuck
good.
meme is
The
so
cup chair
funny.
is so good, dude.
Because, yes.
I mean, yeah, cool. Everybody's gonna get games, and I'm all for that. But I'm gonna clown the shit out of them for it.
Dude, I
It's
will
so
say
funny.
I do feel like maybe in like 5 years when Xbox puts out like PCs,
Yeah.
we're all gonna be playing.
That's
on
what
those.
Xboxes should be. They should just be Steam machines at this
Well,
point.
did you see
But I'm
that?
saying I think like if Steam and Microsoft teamed up, and then I was like, by that time you're gonna have one, you're gonna have one. It's like, and now
that
we're gonna
point,
be
fuck it,
playing
yeah.
all these fucking
Everybody's
games.
playing together.
Yes.
And all
Did
my
you see
fucking
that-
faggot high school friends just still play Xbox.
Yeah.
Did you see that like leak thing where it was like it got posted and then deleted immediately, but it was a UI like interface with Xbox Game Pass, the Xbox logo, and then a Steam logo.
No.
that like apparently people are going like, what the fuck does that mean? Why was it taken down so fast? And it was posted by like official channels and shit. That people are thinking that the next Xbox will just be that like PC
Steam machine.
Well, like a PC, but like with an Xbox interface.
Yeah,
it's gonna instead of like a Windows whatever.
Lots
shit.
of people, and I do see the appeal of couch playing. It's all about just being able to play these other games that also have controller support.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
I really think if Xbox goes all in on being like make like if they can make budget PCs that like still can run like games like Cyberpunk and whatever else, and it's like
fair,
it's like $600.
Going off the $600 price, the Series X,
Steam Deck,
I'm saying, but the Series X is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, shit,
the fucking PS5 Pro even is
people were shocked at how they priced it so
like
competitively
4K
for what it has.
and depending on the game you're running, you can do 120 in 4K.
Doom internal runs 120 on the Series X. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's a fucking beast of a machine.
Yeah, so it's like if you just do that and then just write some new coding, and especially like the best part about Xbox is like I'm running Discord and Spotify, Chrome, Chrome is like one of the worst memory applications ever made.
Dude, Opera GX, brother.
I know, but I fucking love Chrome.
No, dude, it's all Firefox. Firefox is so dope.
So, but I'm just used to Chrome. I fuck with their tabs. I do have extensions that like after you don't use it for a while, it'll actually just like shut down running memory for the page, and until you click back onto it, it'll just reload where you left off. So it just saves memory. But like, it's like all that stuff is eliminated from the Xbox, and that's where you get so much of this like computing power is just like not running shit. But that's why it's like on Xbox, if you're downloading a game while running a game, your speeds will be a lot lower because it's like, hey, I'm trying to do two things at once.
Well, and they'll even tell you if you go to the download thing, it'll be like, hey, do you want to suspend your game?
Yes.
And it'll download faster. Or you can say, no, I want to keep doing my shit. And it'll be like, cool. And they will allocate the power accordingly. You can still play your game. It's not going to fuck up like load times and all this other shit.
But I'm saying that's just the thing with consoles is you're not having all these other things running.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you got to pee. So,
yeah.
Yo, big shout out to Dubby. You want some Jitterless energy made from coffee bean extract, some banger flavors.
True.
Go check out w.gg. Use code Take It Sleazy. Get 10% off. Checkout. Subscribe, because like we've said, a fuck ton of you are not subscribed, and you should. It's a button press. You'll be fine.
And there's big things coming. We're doing things.
We got great content. Anything else? I mean, is that pretty much it? Yeah. Go check out the other socials: TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever we do now. And as always,
Take it sleazy.